I'm Mickey Reed with The Cut Above, and this is Chop It Up NWA. And we got a guest.
What's up? I'm Ro, aka Ro_on the radio on Instagram. And we are going to start talking about mental health and all of the things that it encompasses, the big and the small. So what I want to know is, growing up, being Black in general, was mental health even a thing when you were younger, or was it just not discussed? Like, how would you handle mental health? Like, for you, for example, your family, was mental health something that just wasn't discussed? You were sad, you go to church, right? Or you just get over it?
Yeah. I actually, nobody ever talked about mental health in my family. I don't think I even heard of it until I heard of it, but I never paid attention to it until I got in high school. And then I really didn't pay attention to it then until I got like older and understand and seeing people with mental health problems and stuff. But no, it wasn't ever talked about. Like if I got sad, I just sad.
Just get over it, right?
Suck it up, or ain't nothing wrong with it.
I think that was the biggest thing. Because we were athletes too, though. So a lot of young Black men are athletes. You coming up in sport, they tell you to tuck that down, tuck them feelings. You ain't supposed to have all these feelings and these emotions. So even if you know about mental health, it's kind of like a natural thing. Like, oh, I'm just gonna push this down. I don't need to share this. I don't need to talk about this. Even with your own teammates, your closest friends. I remember playing a football game. We had a playoff game, and we lost the game. It was big, our last game. We lost the game, and I started to cry. And I remember somebody telling me, "Hey, don't let them see you cry. Don't cry." And I was crying because of the loss, not because of mental health. But so that was just another reason to be like, "Oh, I got to push this down. I can't let nobody see me have no kind of emotions."
So you were basically coached into like not showing emotion, both like on the field and off, just in general. That experience was like, well, I can't show it at all.
Exactly. And I think that contributes to mental health. Pushing down them emotions, them feelings,
CB.
What's happening?
What's up?
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
What do you think about mental health? How did you experience it as a kid?
I was a kid. My mom would tell me, ain't no love out there. Ain't nobody, I came from up there. Me and my mom didn't start telling each other we love each other about when I was 19, 20. I was taught was rough. Because where I'm from, if you soft, you ate up. It's regardless, it just ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? Then.
So you saw emotion as a weakness, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it was weakness. Like, man, I ain't got no emotion, man. I ain't got no feelings. What you need your feelings for? Put your feelings in your back pocket. First thing you're gonna hear, put your feelings in your back pocket. But when I started really knowing about depression and all that stuff, it happened to myself. You know what I'm saying? So I had, because the situation happened to me, I got been shot. I got robbed and shot one time.
What?
And, after that, for a minute, I couldn't sleep at night. You know
That's understandable.
I couldn't sleep at night for a whole long time and stuff. Then I started seeing a therapist. There was some medicines that trying to get me on, but the medicines had me so messed up through the whole day. I couldn't do it. But from there on, it's just like you saying, spiritual. People go to God and all this.
Yes.
But it's more than God.
Yeah.
It's more than God. You got your spiritual.
God also created mental health professionals.
Yes, and because then you can look at chakra. Chakra. How you ever say?
Yes.
Chakra,
Are you aligned, sir?
Are you aligned with your ground yourself into your eye? It's basically a lot of times therapists can help you too, but sometimes therapists just want to write you a prescription and move around.
There it is.
That's how if they did, because I told them, I said, hey, that ain't one medicine was messing me up. I'm like, hey, I can't function. I can't even go to work the next day.
Man.
I take it at 9 at night and wake up the next day, be like. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, then all right, well, you take this and then you just take this with it for the next day. You know what I'm
saying? Combos, yeah.
And I was like, nah, forget that. So I had to figure out, really, I had to get in my own shell, my own space to find myself. First find fellowship. The main thing for anything, because you're a human, you're gonna go up and down anyway.
Sure.
It's up and downs always. When you find a line with yourself, and then like you said, you find God, find spiritual things, working out like you do, Mickey. Extra things like things that you might have like the other day I had something going on mentally, but in my mind I had to you're gonna do a lot of crying, a lot of beating yourself up.
Yes.
It's part of it. It's going through something. You know what I'm saying? Like what they say in the Bible. You know, like they say, period. You're gonna go through what? The storm before you see the sunshine or whatever. And so when I was going through that, it just basically I just had to build myself. Myself. I'm like no therapist, none of that stuff. I had to build me.
So I got two questions for everybody real quick. All right, so one is, do y'all believe that a lot of the mental health problems, because I don't think, definitely black people, we have ours, for sure, and we don't address them as much, but you know, a lot of Caucasian, Asians, everybody, they have them too. Do you feel like a lot of that came from the way that time has progressed and, you know, the way the days were, you know, how they had to go so hard in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s to get...
I will say it came from slavery. It came from slavery, right? That's the root of everything. It came from that because we were just released from slavery. Like that's it. Like just function like a normal person, and that's not really how it goes. You don't go through a traumatic experience with your entire bloodline and then not have any kind of debriefing or any kind of like mental health support, and we didn't. We went straight into segregation. Right? And then we went straight into colorism. So we've never fully recovered ever, even in 2021. I still get things with people with colorism from black people. I still deal with racism. I still have to deal with being a black woman and, you know, not being, if I'm assertive, then I'm just a sassy black woman, right? So we have to deal with these things on a regular basis, and we have this, the stigma that we're just super strong because we are. We're not, but we're not seen as human though. We're seen as like superhuman. Like, oh, you're a black man. Like you've been dealing with this. You can deal with that. Like you're a strong black woman. You're a single black mom. You can deal with this. But it's like, hey, I also like some support and some help too.
And so we buy into that.
People are just giving us a high five and then just like letting us drown.
But sometimes we buy it.
We like thinking, oh, I'm super. I'm super.
Yeah.
I'm super. Exactly. And that's why we don't get the help. But I think now it's becoming more acceptable. Like even like he's saying, it's okay. It's all right to drop a tear. It's all right. You know, I can still be a tough dude.
We
and I
say
can
that
cry.
in the shop all the time. We went through that though. It's okay. Yeah, we all right. Yeah. But
I will say the younger. I think I'm the oldest one here. I will say the younger generation, you are more comfortable with talking and discussing mental health. And when I was younger, it was very taboo. Mental health was only for crazy people, right? It's not for if you have depression because you broke up with your girlfriend. Like me, I was like depressed as a high school student because I went to a predominantly white high school, and the way I talk, black people, like, you talk like a white girl. People would assume that I come from like a mixed family, and I'm like, you know, black people are not a monolith.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have to be light skinned to be mixed.
Yeah, true.
That's true, right.
So there was that. There was colorism with my own people. There were some financial things at home that I was dealing with. However, my parents did not see that as depression. Some of the signs of depression are sleeping a lot and withdrawing, and that's exactly what I was doing. But you know, my parents thought, you're just a lazy teenager. Like you started your period, you're just emotional. They'll blame it on your zodiac sign. Like, oh, you a water sign. Like you super emotional. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like our parents, and they did the best they could. I don't want to.
Lack of education. Like they weren't educated on it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So they did the best they could. It was just kind of like, are you depressed? You go in here, depress these dishes.
You'll
be all right. Right? So I just
Get your ass out my face.
they did the best that they could. But I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I went through a phase in college where I was only wearing super long straight weave, and I was wearing contacts because I thought that's what people wanted me to be. Like the video racially ambiguous light-skinned girl. Right? And so I had struggled with identity in college. And then when I was married, then my husband at the time, I mean, he cheated all the time, but we stayed together, you know what I mean? Like, till death do us part, hit those vows, right? And then he got somebody else pregnant. So I struggled with severe, like, mental health in a lot of ways. Like, making terrible decisions like violence, like, you know, busting out windows and doing things like just little girl stuff.
Yeah,
you're right. You're grown now. Yeah, you're grown now.
Make that clear. I would never do. I'm a grown woman, and we've all been vaccinated, by the way, just so you know. But I definitely I struggled with that because I didn't know how to process those emotions, right? As a 20-something-year-old, like, if your husband gets somebody pregnant, like you literally want to.
Hell, you want, yeah.
Cause bodily harm.
Right.
Yeah. I did say that to him. Like, I want to. I told him I wanted to take your life away. Right. Yeah. So once somebody brings you to that point, then you should probably. Get some help, right? But I wasn't aware of that. I just thought mental health is for crazy people. I'm not crazy, and then believing the whole stereotype that black people have perpetrated with light-skinned women. All light-skinned women are crazy, right? It's like, no, I just made that. I made bad choices.
Girls are crazy.
I made poor choices.
Right, not because you light-skinned.
Yeah.
It's because it wasn't even that you were just making poor choices. You were suffering from depression. You were a mental health thing. Exactly, and that's been the main thing. Like,
exactly.
Time, you know, we didn't know these things. That's all it is now. I feel like everybody's like, oh, it's more acceptable. We just didn't know. Like it's like more.
I think it's both. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you might be, but I just feel like because the more information, we getting a lot of information now.
Yes.
With all the computers, everything you can find, right? You can find it, so it's more acceptable because we know. I know that it's okay. I might be. Everybody's probably a little crazy. Because
maybe we're crazy. Y'all know I can sing.
Everybody got a little mental. You gotta
think about when you're a kid, how many people do you come into contact with? And how many different kind of situations you might deal with those people that leave a stain on you, that might leave a stain on you.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be a coach or
and you don't even know it.
A family member, you don't even know it until you get older and they come back. You're like,
I repressed it.
I repressed that. I forgot that even happened to me. I forgot, you know, like.
Right.
So my question now for you guys is, are you better at recognizing it now because there's more information or because you've matured as an adult? Why do you feel like you're more aware of mental health? Because people are talking about it on different social media, or why do you feel like you're more aware of it now than you were before?
I feel like because I'm older now, and I feel like I done seen a couple of people like in depression and mental health, and
so you know how to recognize it better than before.
I do. I think I do, because sometimes people can hide it real good too. So it's hard to tell. I mean, some people stand out, some people won't tell you everything, and most people lash out or talk a lot or do other things just to try to cover it up. So it's
pretty smart.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed that I didn't notice before, like in college or with my parents or just in general, is how many people who have substance abuse issues are self-medicating for mental health issues. Like the person you knew in college that likes to turn up all the time, but they're like drinking at like 7 in the morning, and you're like, they might be alcoholics, right? Because they're self-medicating for something that they haven't healed from trauma-wise, right? So do you feel like you've learned you're older, or because of the times, right?
I'm gonna say it's the times. I don't think it's age, because if this information wasn't here, I'd still be thinking the same way I was thinking. The way they taught me was,
you didn't have any reason to think differently.
Yeah, hold them emotions down, let that go. You can handle this. You take care of this. Don't be sharing your business with folks. You know what I mean.
What happens in the family stays in the family. Yeah.
Little child lessons and all that.
Exactly.
A therapist. That's what they for. So you can say it. Because if you don't say it, it's just in here. It's staying in here. And when you get it out, then you're like, I finally told somebody that. I finally got that off my chest. I've been holding that for 13 years, 14 years, all my life. And you finally get that off, that help you, So I think it's the times, because you can't ignore it. It's just like you know, anything else, like the Black Lives Matter stuff, you know, with like you said, with the racism, with this stuff, you can't ignore stuff anymore because it's too much information.
Yeah.
So we can't ignore the mental health. It's here. We gotta address it now. So I feel like that's more so what it is because.
So for you, it's the time.
It's the times.
What about you, CB?
Age and times, and then just
combination.
Just going through it too, itself.
Going through. The only way out is through.
You know what I'm saying? Going through yourself.
Yeah, go deeper on that, man. Going.
Just going through it yourself, you know, and then you just learn how to adapt, you know. And then I got, like you said, people, like you just saying earlier, you don't have nobody to talk to. As an entrepreneur, first of all, as an entrepreneur, when you want to run your own business, anything, you're gonna need your spiritual buddy. You know, you're gonna need that person you can call. Not anybody, not everybody. That one person you can call, like, hey, I'm going through this. Hey, bro, what you think is the best situation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I come to you about a lot of
But
stuff.
are you the person who actually takes the advice, or are you like an asshole?
No, I take
right? You know what an asshole is? Like, they be asking you,
and then like, nah,
what do I need to do? And then they don't even take the advice. Don't come to me.
Ask. They just want to ask.
I'd rather somebody tell me than find out on my own. Because it'd be dumb. People are like, man, you need to fight. Let me find out on my own. That's so dumb. Why do you want to fight on your own for? And I'm telling you, it's hot. And you're going to put your hand in it. I want to find out it's hot. No, bro.
Some people definitely learn that way.
I'm not that one. I'm not that one.
You're not the one.
No, tell me.
You take heat.
I don't want to get burnt.
Yeah,
right.
true.
I ain't gonna ask no questions, nothing. I ain't finna go turn back around.
Yeah.
And so I got my cousin Lawrence. He like, that's the only person. And I have my other sister. She like a sister to me. She called me. They called me about things too. We converse about every little thing about life, about her marriage.
So you have a tribe.
Yeah, I have a tribe. You're gonna need that. You need that. I'm sorry. You're gonna need them people. If you don't have them people, you're gonna feel alone. You're gonna feel crazy. You ain't gonna wanna do nothing.
So you can't get through this on your own, is what you're saying.
You can't.
I feel like you're slick attacking me.
You can't.
I say that because one of my biggest problems is asking for help.
Independent sister, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm falling into the stereotype of the strong single black mother because I'm afraid of being let down. I'm afraid of being disappointed. I'm afraid of wasting my time. And by the time I ask you or you get back to me or whatever, I could have just done it myself. You see what I'm saying? So I may struggle a little bit, but it's like I got through it on my own without anybody's help. I don't need anybody's help, but like I need to do better.
I'm a single dad.
With that.
I'm a single dad. You know what I'm saying?
Are you?
Yeah. So
okay, so let me say this. When a dad says he's a single dad, it means that he only gets his kid part of the time. That does, like a single mom.
You got him all the time.
90% of the time.
He a single dad.
You get your kids on the weekends, but do you have your kids all the time?
Full time school.
Okay. You earned
Yeah,
it.
he's a real dude.
Okay.
Hey, I can say fuck them kids.
Really?
That's how much I have.
Don't say that.
That's how much I have. That's how much I have.
I feel that way about having more.
You can't say it for your job, whatever. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids.
They're too old, so I can't have any more kids. But I mean, I could, but like I don't want to. My son's 12. I'd be crazy to start over again. I'm almost done. I'm almost out of there.
About to be a teenager, huh?
Yeah, you'll be crazy. Start over.
Put a seed in you. What's wrong? You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I am good on that.
You don't like the youngest.
No, nobody shooting the club up.
All right,
no, sir. No, sir. So, would you do any of you, if you feel comfortable answering this question, are any of you actively in therapy?
No.
Would you consider it?
I'm actually getting ready to get.
I would consider it because like you said, I don't like asking people for help, and I don't talk to nobody.
I don't have a problem with because that's what they get paid to do.
But I don't ask people for help, and I don't talk about my problems to nobody really.
Sure.
I keep it in. So I think I got
Well, let me ask you a question though.
Silent but deadly.
Do you think he'll follow you home and shit?
Oh.
Do you? Hey, do you think you like that because you're a leader? Because you've been a leader like all our life. This is my brother.
Have y'all known each other? I see. I'm just now figuring this out.
This is my brother.
Okay.
So all his life he's been the leader. So is that? Do you feel like that's because you've been a leader and?
Are you the child or like what?
No, he's the middle.
I'm the middle. My sister.
You're the tattletale. No. I'm kidding. They always say the middle kid is like the.
No, I never tell. He the youngest.
I'm the baby.
I'm the middle child.
I'm the baby.
You got to do whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah. Self-spoiled, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I really don't. I don't think it was cause I was a leader. I'm not sure, to be honest. But I just, to be honest.
Have you done it before and had a negative experience, and you're like, I'm not sharing my problems with anybody else because this is what happens. Because that's what happened to me.
I can't recall right now, to be honest.
That's such a political answer. I can't recall.
He's so sad.
I don't want to lie and be like, yeah, I did and then. But I mean, I can't recall right now. But I just know I keep everything, my problems, everything inside. I don't talk to nobody. Wife about it or nothing. I talk to her, but I don't talk to her about
how you really feeling.
How I really feeling and my problems, stuff like that.
You do. You're gonna be crying. You need to let it out. You need to go let it out. You need to go let it out.
He gonna cry in the car.
From the way he said it. From the way he.
What? Right. We shouldn't have this topic. We shouldn't talk about mental health. Don't worry about it. You hit me up, text me later on tonight. I got you, brother.
I do need somebody to talk to, but yeah.
Yes, I do. In the damn.
Well, I know. Not I need somebody to talk to. I just need to start letting my problems out.
No, you said it right. You need somebody to talk to. Somebody you can, like, if it's a therapist, then it's a therapist. But somebody you feel like, what I'm about to say to this person is not going to go anywhere and it's not going to hurt me later on.
Right. A non-biased.
Able to get this off and then be done with it, you know.
True.
What about you? About therapy or?
Yeah, I'm cool with therapy. I'm trying to get in therapy right now. Like I said, the times has made it more.
Addicted to TikToks.
Yeah, I'm addicted to TikToks for sure. I'm
like, wait, let's unpack this. Like watching them, or
no, I'm making them. I like making them. I'll be trying to be sexy. I'll be trying to look sexy and stuff. But I'll be trying. Huh?
What's your TikTok name?
It's Mr. Big Time. Yeah, go follow you.
Mr. Big Time.
Now you being sexy might be a cover up for you mental.
No, really, it might be. I don't know, but
seeking validation.
Only seeking validation. I like attention. That's why I want counseling, though. I want to see, I want to find out some certain things about myself because, like I said, I was an athlete. I played college ball, so I played football for quite a while through my life. So,
were you any good though?
I was alright. I thought I was gonna make it. I was good enough to think I was gonna make it.
I think it was.
Are you any good?
Oh, the old football.
Yeah. But it was like, to me, like even recently, I was just working security not too long ago. And I feel like it's always still the same thing. It's like I have one mindset, and it's I gotta be tough. I always gotta be tough. I always gotta be tough, and I like attention. Those two things.
Now, would that play into another realm of mental health, which would be toxic masculinity?
Oh, see, I don't believe in that. See, you got me now. Oh, you got me.
Okay. So toxic masculinity is basically how probably dudes my age grew up, where you're not supposed to cry. You're supposed to.
We're about the same age now.
You're
Yeah, she's right. And she's talking about.
We grew up right around.
The misogynistic, objectifying women. What I say goes type situation.
I wasn't.
What you were taught. Would you consider that?
Okay, you got me. You got me.
I ain't trying to trap you.
I wasn't talking like that though. I don't know.
Because I'm that guy. I am that guy. And she
just shut up. You do what I say.
No. I'll never say that to her.
Oh, shut up.
I ain't gonna talk to a woman.
Yes.
We see how you do.
Get down now, right now. Lay down.
Some may like it, Some may like it. But there's like a. I'm about to put y'all in some game. Are y'all ready for this?
I'm ready for all June.
So.